Welcome everyone to the quantum frequency for divination. I'm Amanda, the Divine Mystic. Welcome back to my channel, I guess more for myself than maybe you, the viewer. I do apologize. I have been out of this for a little while. I've been a little bit insanely busy, and that's kind of hindered this. However, you guys, doing card readings has always been something that I've really enjoyed doing. I've really enjoyed having the YouTube channel kind of going and running, and of course gaining all of your support throughout all of this. And it was not something I had intended to sort of let go, but certainly I'm getting back into this, and I want to make sure that I really have the time to dedicate to it. So moving forward, I'm not necessarily going to be putting out any specific channel weekly, astrological, anything like that, because I simply just don't have time. But there are a few different things that I want to do. So one of them, you guys, I got these really cool amethyst kitty stones. So I'm going to be doing a themed reading that is called Mystical Cat or Mystical Kitty Advice. I have 3 different decks of cat tarot. So I have the Cat's Tarot. I have, and that's associated with pile number 1, so Cat's Tarot, pile number 1. I have the Black Cat Tarot, which is associated with pile number 2. Ironically, the same card appeared under both decks. And lastly, in pile number 3, this is the Pagan Cats also. So we're going to be looking at the cat messages. But for this reading specifically, this is all about the person on your mind. So these cards, you guys, as I was shuffling tonight and preparing for your piles, very, very active. So very interesting to see what's going to come out in these readings, what messages are around for you. I also want to point out that this is not necessarily romantic for each and every one of you. So for some of you, this is a friend. This could be a business or a business associate or a colleague. This could be a family member. So I'm not necessarily going to focus specifically on the romantic aspects of the person on your mind. However, for each pile, I do have a specific romantic message that is going to be part of your reading overall. Lots of cards, lots of new decks also too. So stay tuned, as like I said, I'm going to be putting out more readings as I go, and certainly hopefully they're going to be kind of cool too. Now I've gone ahead and I've time stamped each one of your individual piles down below in the timestamp box. So go ahead guys, check it out, and I will see you on your pile. Thanks now, bye. Okay, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. So tonight we're taking a look at the person on your mind. And as I stated in sort of the intro, a little bit longer than usual, but anyways, basically I'm going to be focusing on not just the romantic aspects of the person that you have in mind. So for some of you, this is a friend, this is a coworker, this could be a family member also, but I do feel for a majority of you there is a love connection here. So for that reason, I've gone ahead and I've pulled a special oracle message specifically for the romantic aspects of this. And I do have the oracle pulls as well. I've done quite a few for them. As I stated in the intro, very, very active cards tonight. Oh, sorry, you had another one fall up. I pulled out the ones that fell up in the face up position. Most cards actually, most piles had this. So this is kind of an important message for you. So first off, we have the Bird Oracle. And when I'm using the Bird Oracle deck, I look at them as the guardians of the reading. So what you have here is the ivory-billed woodpecker. So when I think about the woodpecker, you're dealing with somebody who is very, very persistent. That's what I'm hearing, okay? They're very stuck in their ways. They want what they want, and they will stop at nothing to sort of achieve that. But the thing is, I do have the lovers here coming out in from the Romance Tarot. So what I'm kind of seeing for you is that there's a connection. Like, you want this person to be in your life, and you want this person to be consistent with you. But the woodpecker almost has a flighty energy to it. Now, the woodpecker is all about, the message in this card is have hope and start looking. So for some of you guys, you've spent, because I do have Seraphina, new deck, very, very colorful energy. I love this card. So be an ambassador for Earth. Build your bridge to source. But what I'm seeing here is there's some scrolls. There's been a lot of lessons associated with this person that is on your mind. And for the most part, it's been good, but I think for a lot of you, there's been some ups and downs with it. Like, this person has probably been fairly non-committal, even though you have actually given yourself a lot of devotion to this person, right? You feel connected to this person. You feel as though whatever the spiritual lesson is that's coming in for you, that it's kind of guiding you towards that person. So, for example, if this is a love connection, because we do have the lover, so I have to address that. But basically, if this is a situation that might not have worked out for you, there could be an age difference, location difference, language difference. There's something that's slightly different about you guys that has caused this in and out, hot and cold, on and off kind of energy. So if you're older or dealing with a younger person, they've been kind of, okay, I'm not ready to commit, I'm not ready to settle down. And you may have tried to move on in acceptance of that. But basically what's kind of happened is that you find yourself always, there's signs, there's synchronicities. There's something about this person that keeps drawing you in. Now, in regards to the coworker situation, because I do feel like there's a cluster of you guys in this group who are dealing with a coworker, and you're super, super frustrated with this person. So the person that you're dealing with is kind of, they like to do things and get away with it, is what I'm kind of picking up on the woodpecker. And you find yourself kind of coming in to fix things, making sure the status quo is met, that sort of thing. But you're questioning, why are you covering for this person? Like, this with the Seraphina, I'm just kind of getting like, maybe this person needs to learn their lessons also. Now, for some of you guys, you're actually asking me about a job interview or a potential job. Like, some of you could have recently finished school. Some of you guys also, when I say person on your mind, you could be asking about a specific thing. So, should I take course A or course B? But ultimately, there's two scrolls in this. Okay, so there could be a second degree of some sort kind of coming in for somebody as well too. With the lovers, there is choices. So the woodpecker, the one thing the woodpecker can kind of assure is that he's always going to be banging on your door, even possibly like late at night type thing. But certainly it's kind of saying, okay, there's a decision to be made about this. And I think there's with this lesson, we're talking about some boundaries that need to be set. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but again, it's making sure that you ultimately are focused on yourself here at the moment, because you pile number one, like to put your energy out into other people. I think you ultimately use that as a form of like a distraction, right? If you're focused on other people, you're not looking inward. And ultimately that comes from a notion of, the time that we spend alone is the time that we spend processing and thinking about the things and the people in our life. And typically that can drag us into a negative cycle. And pile one, I think for a while, like you've been stuck a little bit in a negative cycle. But it's saying, okay, the lessons and the knowledge and the wisdom have been acquired from this person. And specifically, we're doing the person on your mind. Okay, so this is again where I'm saying the lessons have come from this person. Like, there's a lot to be grateful for from this connection, because you are so much wiser, you are so much smarter. If this is in a career field, this person really helped you along your way. Again, something like a boss maybe who's trying to help you level up, or perhaps you're wanting a boss to give you a promotion. That could be the type of thing. Or, waiting on an answer from a job interview. This is also, that type of energies. But basically, it's just really saying to me that, patience is required here, because the person that you're dealing with can be very flighty, and they can give you half answers. Half answers. So, okay. So, you guys, this is messages from the Mystical Kitty. So I'm using the Cat's Tarot for pile number 1. And this, again, is a count of the beautiful amethyst kitty stone that I have managed to acquire. So let's do a quick tarot pull here. Okay, so I have Good Kitty, which is the Judgment card here. So whatever you've been waiting on, because with Seraphim, Seraphina, I see a notion of putting in time, putting in wisdom, learning your lessons, and now that's all going to be sort of paying through for you. Also, too, with the Judgment card, if you're dealing with a flighty, inconsistent person, that decision is going to be made, and that decision is going to be final. For a lot of you, that means disconnecting from that person and moving on, because it's saying there's more out there for you. Or just even in a sense that there's something different for you, something that you haven't necessarily had before, because you had to go through the things that you had to go through to learn those lessons. But you see how the archangel in this card is depicted as having numerous sets of wings. Like, again, this has all been part of what has brought you to who you are today. The colors on this card keep drawing me in like a magnet, and such creative energies coming through here. So the person on your mind could even be someone who you engage in creative projects with, or somebody who has brought out your creative side. Okay, so somebody who inspired you to write or play music or do art, or whatever that kind of is. So interesting, the cards are being like, okay, stop shuffling, we have your cards now. So I just have to laugh. Okay, so after Good Kitty, we have Cat Magic. So that's the Magician coming through here. This is really wonderful energies. This is fabulous, you guys. Okay, so we have the Star here coming out also. So Aquarian energy. But listen, you guys have pretty much all major arcana. There's only one minor in this reading. So after the stars, we have the World. So like I said, whatever this decision is, there's a completion happening, right? And it's either the completion is you and the person on your mind are going to overcome some sort of adversity, some sort of argument that you've had. You're going to talk it out. You're going to move, bridge over troubled water here with grace, aka temperance, right? And trying to make it work. Either that, or the person on your mind has learned a lot of really, really tough lessons, and they want to share that with you. They want to communicate with you, because I do have the Sky Kitten. And I think with this is the Page of Swords. Again, you could be dealing with a younger person, but I think what the kitten energy is coming up and reminding me of, this is a new person, somebody who you don't know particularly well. You're getting to know, and then I have the Sun card here also. But basically, this person, if this is romantic that you've been thinking of, this is going to be long term. This is going to be someone who you end in a relationship with, because that's what the Sun card is talking about. This is marriage, this is children, this is the happy life, the happy family. And look at these kitties. They're just all laying out in the sun, like, oh, what a glorious day. Oh, what a glorious day. Sorry, I really felt inclined to say that, sing that for you, because I really think that you have been waiting and waiting and waiting for this good energy to come into you. You have put a lot of time and energy into trying to manifest probably this person, probably this person. Um, but ultimately, like I said, I think most of you have been, as much as this person has been on your mind, okay, you have been distracting yourself with other things. This could be work, this could be school, but you have been focused on what you need in your life. You really came to a point, and this is again the Seraphim Seraphina, this beautiful colored card, is that you learned to focus your energy inward, okay? And truth be told, I think the person on your mind is becoming less and less on your mind as the time passes, or as the days pass, or kind of something like that. It's just you're finding yourself, if this is a situation and you're thinking about an ex from the past, or a past relationship connection that didn't work out, ultimately you're coming into a place of acceptance of that. And you're moving forward with wisdom. And I think some of you too, this is talking about new love. And the reason why I say that is the woodpecker just doesn't change. The one thing that's guaranteed, he's going to wake up and he's going to bang on the door and he's going to peck on the wood, right? This sort of thing. So again, you come to that acceptance, and now you're wanting companionship. Now you're wanting friendship. And truthfully, this could be the person on your mind also who's like, look, and this is major arcana, okay? This person probably wanted this to work out too. But, their approach to it, the sky kitten, might have lacked any sustenance or any solid planning type thing, right? And, they might be coming to you now, because the sky kitten, it's the Knight of Swords, or Page of Swords, excuse me. So it's definitely depicting a communication. They might actually want to reach out to you now and have a conversation about what this could be, right? And I think it's going to come as an unexpected communication for you. And it's going to bring you a lot of happiness, bring you a lot of joy. It's going to, first off, it's going to teach you that, like, yes, you should have trusted your instincts all along with it. But also, too, like, understand, I'm just looking at the grace card, the temperance card. It's that, like, you kind of had to go through these rough, choppy waters, right? Like, just to kind of get here. And then, sorry, I'm having a hard time doing this with the camera and the angles. But yeah, once you get over this, there's smooth sailing. There's smooth sailing ahead, because it's going directly into the sun. And we have world and judgment in the same reading also, which is just definitely talking about that decision that's final, right? There's no more time spent looking out towards what it is that we want. We're actually going to see that come into our lives now, is what I'm seeing. And it's, like I said, some of you, it's this person who's on your mind. Others of you, it's your ability to let this person go and move on to this new realm, this new way of thinking, this new way of being. It's kind of like, the ending is done. Now the new beginning, like the final piece is in the puzzle. I don't know if that's making sense to you in any way, shape, or form, you guys, but ultimately, yes, it's like the final pieces are falling into place here. Whatever it is that you've been waiting for, love, work, friendships, it's coming in for you. There's going to be resolution. I see some resolution coming through with family members. Also, very, very positive energy, very constructive is what I'm seeing. Okay, so conversations that actually go somewhere. Being able to collaborate with coworkers in a very, very positive way. All of that sort of energy is what I see coming through here for you guys. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the oracles, and I'm going to do the romance pull at the very, very end of this. So these are all the cards that flew up in the face down position. So some of them are already out, but some of them are not. So instantly I have content. This is a wonderful, wonderful card. Group number 1. Inner equilibrium, declutter the environment, let go. See, some of you guys are letting go of this person that's on your mind, and it's like the minute that you do, your cup gets filled back up with a lot of contentment. Also, too, like, if this is a relationship that didn't work out, somebody is coming in who's going to make you feel content in this relationship. Otherwise, it's letting go of the past. Because I think with the Judgment and the World card and this person that's on your mind, there are some things that absolutely need to be let go of if you want to move forward, right? Because ultimately, if you're focused on the rough waters, you're not going to make it past that. And that's ultimately what that message is. Okay, and I have Archangel Charity. Give with an open heart and be generous. So again, generosity of spirit. Pile number 1, I'm really seeing you guys putting yourself out there in a new way. So somehow this is related to the person that's on your mind. For some of you, this is a person who you've just recently met. And like I said, there's a lot of contentment. There's a lot of happiness here. I think the woodpecker is saying don't jump in too far too fast, but that's okay. Like, ultimately, open up your heart to give and receive, to love, friendship. Now, and I see that just kind of being naturally part of it. I think you're a magnet right now for new people, new energies, and it's because you've developed an ability to make decisions and follow through with them. I don't know how that's resonating with some of you, but yeah, there's been a major follow through on your part of this, and it's going to pay off for you. It's just, again, how that happens. So okay, how do I say this? The sun is your bigger picture. And the one thing that's never going to change is your bigger picture. So if you want this, this is going to come in for you, right? You're going to put in your time manifesting that with the Magician. And it's going to happen to you. But I think ultimately, for some of you, it's not going to happen exactly the way that you want it to. And others of you, it's going to happen exactly the way that you thought it was going to. So take that how it resonates. But I have whale and orca elders as well. Share your song, frequency of sound, deep diving. Yeah, see, you're putting yourself out there. You are connecting with other people. You're networking with other like-minded professionals. And it's paying off. It's paying off. And ultimately, if you've been thinking about this specific person and you can't seem to escape them, then ultimately you putting yourself out there, you making new friends, you making new connections, that's what's going to bring in the sun energy for you. Is, you know, again, just not necessarily, like, there's no cards of holding on to burdens here, which is amazing for you. Pile number 1, it's like, I've let it go, I'm lighter in spirit, and I'm moving forward to more prosperous things. I do see some prosperity coming in for you. So for those of you who have come to me going, am I going to get a promotion, this job? You know, if that's the type of person that you're thinking of, it's coming for you. It's coming for you. Some of you may have to seek outside of your current comfort zone to get that, but it's there. And I think it's within your reach. It's just a matter of putting in the effort, making the plan, and then following through to see that to fruition. Like, don't be the kitty sitting on the window just hoping to go outside. You know, go explore the world around you. So okay, next I have the motivation manifesto cards, and you got a few of them, more than most in the other piles. So okay, all greatness teeters on whether a would-be hero overcomes the terror within and advances in regardless. What did I just tell you? Don't be the kitty who's sitting here like waiting on the window, waiting for it to happen. If you have this great plan and this great vision, something that you want, then it's saying it's time to go for that. Take the action, follow through with it. It's not going to come to you. You have to go to it. And this is related to the person that you are thinking of. Because, yeah, they're not, they're not necessarily, as much as there's love and contentment and all these things, there's a decision to be made here. And for some of you, that decision is called let it go and put yourself out there in a different way. Right? So again, take that how it resonates. Now, for some of you, this is the person on your mind. They may be seriously thinking about contacting you in a way and talking to you in a way that they haven't talked to you before. So that could be something coming in for you also, like somebody who, if a connection didn't work out because it was out of fear, it was fear-based that it didn't work out, and they might be contacting you saying, I'm no longer afraid, I know what I want to give something to you. That could be coming in for you also. So we do not need more time. We need a stronger, sorry, this is exactly what the other card just said. We do not need more time. We need a stronger reason to act so that we use time more effectively. Yeah, see, again, making the best of it. Take the actions when you know it's time to do so. And again, I think you'll find that things just fall into place naturally on their own. There's little worry to be had here. Okay, and we do, okay, more waiting energy. We do not need to await more resources. We need to act, and we will find abundance comes to us. See, so, okay, the person that you're dealing with, stop waiting for them. Okay, whether you're waiting, if you're waiting for an employer to call you back, follow up with them, speak up, make sure that you are, if what you want is recognition, so meaning like, okay, you're the best person for the job, so on and so forth. You're in a pool of candidates here with the well and orca. You're in the sea type thing. So you really got to do something to sort of set yourself aside in some way in this person's mind so that this person becomes on the forefront, or you become on the forefront of their mind. Because ultimately that's what you want. You want to be on their mind, and you want their love, support, all of these sorts of things. Now, if this is love connection, then ultimately this is saying you are not the only one in this in this person's mind or this person's energy. So you may need to, again, do something, put yourself out there, give with an open heart, to put yourself up there and, kind of in that forefront. Okay, and then I have Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation. Okay, so this is excellent. This is all this contentment. This is kind of what this has happened. Like, now that you've gone through kind of the worst that's going to happen, you now have this ability, like, that the ending has completed. You can now rebuild the way that you want to rebuild. And now you may be working with a person too. And you may be talking to somebody about foundations. That's coming through for you. Okay, so then the universe has your back. The universe is with you, pile number 1. And it's very, very obvious in your tarot cards too. Like, this is a really wonderful. Okay, so when I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. See, opportunities, new people, and that's the support from the universe coming in here to offer you something. I always trust the direction of the universe and know I'm being guided. Again, you have this instinctual feeling about a certain person, this person who's on your mind, and you feel guided towards them. But ultimately, this is a hot and cold energy. This is a person who, like I said, they'll knock on your door at 3 o'clock in the morning, and you will always answer and you will always let them in. The thing is, I'm not sure they would. If you were to go knock on their door at 3 o'clock in the morning, they would be asleep, they wouldn't hear you, and you'd feel almost left out in the cold type thing, right? So, and that could be part of what's holding yourself back about it, is just that you're not willing to go that far again for another person. It was too hard this time. So in any moment, I can surrender to the power presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. See, patience is required. With the person that you're thinking about, patience is required, regardless on what level this is. See, and then happiness is my birthright. There's happiness, there's contentment, but you got to give a little to get a little. And this is what Archangel Charity is saying: give a little to give a little. And don't just give a little, give everything you have. Because I'm hearing that, like, how do I say that? It's, if you, hold on, I'm trying to, like, get this out. But basically it's like, yes, okay, thank you. You miss 100% of the opportunities that you don't take. That's the fact. And it's, if you spend yourself on the sidelines looking, waiting, hoping, it's never really going to happen like that. You have to take energies, take a deep dive, share your song, speak from the heart. Don't be afraid to communicate to this person how you feel. Give with an open heart, right? And again, I focus on what is working. Like, don't put your energy in if you're not getting energy out, right? Like, there are if that's what the case and that's how you're feeling, there are other things in your life right now, pile number one, that are requiring your attention, and it's going to bring you a lot of contentment, a lot of fulfillment, a lot of happiness, and a lot of confidence, right? The thing is, when you take that leap of faith, when you take that first step, or that big step you've been holding yourself back from, your confidence, like, levels up threefold, because now all of a sudden you have what it takes to get through this and move for this, and so on and so forth. And then we have deep quiet meditation and stillness, number 11, coming through for me. So again, in this time of patience, it's you've spent a lot of time in contemplation about whatever this is, and this could also be saying meditate to find this contentment, because you might be looking for this in someone else, and it's saying no, it's coming in from you, it's coming in for you, that sort of thing. And then I have the Akashic records, deep knowing, archaic wisdom, and history. So with that, again, going back to the first card, the Seraphim, Seraphina, and the two scrolls, it's kind of reminding me of the Akashic record, this deep inner knowing of, again, this is what that's talking about, the sun. And the reason why I'm saying in that deep inner knowing is because it is directly connected to your bigger picture. You know what your future looks like. You don't need this video to tell you. And it's because you know what you want, you're dedicated to it, and you're not willing to sacrifice any less, right? And that could be honestly why you've had a challenging connection with this person. You are not willing to sacrifice for anything less than what you deserve or what you want. Point blank, period. Right? It's just, and if and if that means that you have to take the time out, the deep quiet, to say, look, I'm not doing this with you. I'm gonna spend my time working on myself. That's what I'm seeing in these cards, is that, like, as much as there's obviously, you've come to this reading for a reason, there's a person on your mind, but, like, you have learned to focus your energy inward. And in doing so, you have learned the value of your own worth. Okay, so this could be, for some of you, you've started a business or gone back to school, and it's directly connected to this person that is on your mind. Okay, so lastly, I'm going to do the oracle pull for the romance aspect of this. So the person on your mind, the romantic aspects of this connection. Okay, so we have love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Yes, you have been loving yourself first. You've been putting the energy into yourself. Somebody is going to see that with you. And it's either the person who's on your mind, or it's going to be that person who is coming into your life now that you have quashed the beef. I'm sorry, I don't know where that, like, okay, you've quashed the beef, and it's For some of you, it's an internal process. Others of you, this is going to be a conversation that you have with person. But either way, it's we're getting rid of that. We're letting go of the old. We're making room for the new. And it's because like you now respect yourself a little bit more. But the more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. See, going back to that woodpecker here, just kind of saying, okay, have hope, start looking, the best is yet to come, take action towards your goals, follow through, ultimately. And then lastly here, you guys, I have the Queen of Wands, the Four of Cups, and the King of Swords. You have been waiting for this romantic person, okay? So the person on your mind, the romantic connection, you have been waiting and waiting and waiting on this person to come in, to make you an offer, and this person is showing up as the King of Swords, who is stubborn as all can be, and is not open to change, and is not open to suggestions type thing. So now, with that being said, I do see an offer kind of coming in here for you, because this person, ultimately, this person recognizes you. This person really, really cares about you. But they have been trained to remove the emotionality of things. Because again, the King of Swords, it's just, you know, they're not there. So they will be making you an offer with a little kitty on your lap too. Sorry, I just had to because the cats. But anyway, so basically there is going to be an offer coming in here for you. But you are going, like I said, you've been waiting. Look at the Queen of Wands and how disassociated she is with this waiting game. So it's going to come when you least expect it. And it's going to be on your person's terms, unfortunately. But, you know, there is contentment. There is potential here to be content. But ultimately, you know, if you're waiting, use this time of waiting to really be focused on your inner self, strengthening your core, both physically, mentally, and emotionally. And it's going to get you to where you want to be. Okay, pile number 1, that concludes your reading. I hope the video resonated with you. If so, go ahead, like, share, comment, subscribe, everything down below. Thank you for listening, and happy to be back. I hope to put up many more videos like this. And you guys, I'm going to be resuming Instagram too as soon as I get an opportunity. So thanks again. All the best, and chat next time. Bye now. Okay, pile number 2. So the person on your mind, advice from the Mystical Kitties. So this is, excuse me, an amethyst stone that I have required and it's for the kitties. And so I'm doing cat themed tarot readings. Your deck is going to be the Black Cat Tarot, so welcome to it. I've gone ahead, if you didn't read or listen to the rambling kind of intro, that's cool. I don't usually either if you're another reader tuning into my channel. But basically, I've gone ahead, I've done an oracle pull. I'm not going to be looking at this reading as strictly as a romantic reading, but there's going to be aspects of that, certainly, that's going to come into this. But this is also intended to capture, perhaps, a friend, a coworker, family members. Also, there's any number of people that could be on your mind. This is not a romantic directed relationship, but also I have pulled a specific amount of cards too. Pile number 2, your cards were very, very active as I was shuffling, so you probably have the most cards out of anyone, but certainly I could be wrong, so excuse me. I'm just going to start with the cards that flew up in the face up position before I get into the tarot side of it. So first off, we have the Birds oracle, excuse me. There could be like I said, article, so I feel the need to sort of touch on that. There could have been an article released about you, or could have been released about your person, and this somehow has generated the reason for you coming to this video. But basically, the nerve of this person, that's all I can say with it. So, okay, so the banana keet is the guardian of it. We'll start there. But basically, what I'm kind of seeing, there's a playful energy in this, but the banana keet is talking about being proud, showing off, a little bit of egotistical kind of energy. So the person that you're dealing with is in their ego. Somebody could have written a book also about whatever this is. Um, and ultimately, you may have recently found out about this. This person could be writing a book or in the process of it, and you're finding out about it, and you could be worried, like, well, what are they saying about me in it? So if you're I feel a lot of feminine energies kind of coming to this reading, and you're dealing with this weird egotistical male, right? But you're showing up as the Queen of Swords, so there was definitely, and then your person's showing up as the Page of Cups. So, like I said, the nerve of this person, your person may live near water. That could be something, or in an area where there's older homes, also is what I'm kind of seeing, just the architecture in this card. I'm sorry, I can't help it. Architecture is what I do for my day-to-day. So I tend to see these things in the cards. My last reading was talking about foundations. I was like, oh, I can talk to you about foundations too. But no, certainly, like I said, this person could be like tantalizing you almost. So if this is a like romantic connection, they are making you like all kinds of offers, and you're like, what in the F? Right? Like, this person isn't someone that you saw yourself with, and all of a sudden here they are making this big announcement. They're showing up in your world. They're I don't know, and you're just like, what? No, because I have the Three of Wands also. And this card flew up in the face down position. However, I am pulling it with the Romance tarot. And to this point, we are taught, like, these are the Romance tarots. This was intended to be the Romance pull, but certainly in your reading pile number 2, this is flown up in the face up position. Now, what I'm seeing with the Three of Wands, there's options for you. Like, there's 3 suitors who are trying to get your attention in this, right? But like I said, I think one person in particular is either a person that you want, but they're not, okay, if this is like one person that you want, they're like, you're getting all these offers from everyone else, but not this person, and that could be frustrating you. The other thing is that you have one person who is constantly berating you to be with them, and you're like, no. But this also could be like from a work, again, we're talking about friends, we're talking about work as well, right? So you could have a person in your environment who's constantly trying to get you on board. They're starting a business, something like that. They want your skills, they want you in it, these sorts of things. And you, as the Queen of Swords, are like, no, hold on. No, 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 no. Like, see all the swords kind of behind her? They're all like, you're blocking certain energies from certain people because, like, you've done this before with them. Like, I have grateful, so it's like there's lessons that you've learned from it, but get specific with your gratitude, affirm your appreciation. The world thanks you for being you. That type of thing. So you're grateful for what you have currently. You're not willing to let anybody sort of compromise in that. But then I have brave. So make a trust list. Authenticity is magnetic. Speak your truth. Yeah, I like pile number 2. What I see, if you're single currently, like, you have a lot of different options that so, like, you didn't come here just for one person. You came here because you want to know what person A, B, and C, and you're trying to make a decision between all. If it's not 3 for everyone. For some of you, it's actually more like 5, but for others of you, it's just 2. But you're trying to make a decision, and you're grateful for the options and the opportunities, but at the same time, it's a little lackluster. Meaning you're getting options or offers from suitors, male or female. Gender is not specific. But it's really just kind of like, yeah, okay, you have one person who's too young. You have one person who doesn't work. you have one person who doesn't look like that, like a certain way that you like. It's not to say that they're not attractive, they're just not your level of attractiveness type thing. Yeah, so you're kind of sitting back right now and you're letting things sort of come to you. But I see, like with the Page of Cups, there's somebody who's crushing like hard on you. And I think with the Brave card, they're about to make a big, bold move. Um, and for some of you, that's not great. And it's like, it's not that it's not great. You're grateful for it. It's nice. It's nice to know that you're desirable. But like, oh, huh, um, it might be embarrassing to you on some level. I don't know why that's coming up. So they like, if this is a suitor, they might actually show up at your work with flowers, and you're going, no, this is not appropriate. That just that sort of energy, but it's not overall. It's not too bad. Interestingly enough, pile one did this as well. Okay, so where I like shuffled and all the cards came out at once. So we have the Star card, Aquarian energy, also came through in the last one, Magician, and then we have the 3, 2, and Ace of Pentacles. So interestingly enough here, you guys, I see this as there's wish fulfillment coming through with this person. Yeah. Interesting, because I have the Temperance card, and I want to pull the Temperance card with it. But yeah, so there's wish fulfillment kind of coming through here. Like there's manifestation energies. The Star is hopes and fulfillment kind of coming through. A lot about water. The Ace of Pentacles is on a boat. So somebody could be traveling by boat to come see you. And that could be kind of, or somebody could be buying a boat also. If you guys are coming to me about, because I think like the brave and the nerve of this person, some of you guys are in a relationship with this person, and there's a lot of love, there's a lot of connection. There could be some third parties going on, but ultimately, like the two of you guys are very much connected, and they drive you crazy because they like to, right? They like to get a rise out of you. And you know, ultimately, like I said, you like it too, because you're there, you're in it, you're doing it. Okay, it's just 2 more cards, please. Okay, and then we have the 4 of Cups, the 2 of Swords, and the 8 of Wands. See, yeah, this is like the person that's on your mind. They want to communicate with you. They want to come towards you. I have the Lovers card with the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups and the 2 of Cups down at the bottom of the deck. So this person wants to come towards you. This person wants to make an offer with you. They want to work with you on something. So like I said, some of you guys, this is a coworker who's like, they want to come in, they have a project, they have a business proposal for some of you, and they're saying, okay, you're the best person for this. But the 3 of Wands is kind of saying, look, you have options. You have options, pile number 2. Be brave to go after those, or at least explore it before you rule it out, type thing. So some of you have been single for a while, okay, because there's singles in here, as well as those who have been in a long-term committed relationship. But for those of you who have been single for a while, this is talking about getting your ass out there and dating, because you have been closed off to it. You haven't invited it in. You may have had many suitors and you're turning it down, this sort of thing. And, you know, you may find yourself now with the 4 of Cups. There's kind of a boredom energy coming through, or like I said, you could also, because there's 2 cats down here with plates, so they have offerings, and the cat's like, nah, with his little blinged out necklace. But yeah, basically it's just indicating to me is that, you know, if you've had multiple options, there has been lackluster suitors for you, and you just want to say no, next, like swipe left, swipe left, swipe left is what I'm hearing. However, Pile number 2, you can't avoid this, whatever this comes next. The Knight and Queen of Cups, there's a matched pair here. Yeah, this is, again, so the Queen of Cups, the cat's got the, looking at the, what do you call those? No, not microscopes, telescopes. Thank you. Telescopes looking out into the distant future, waiting. There's been this kind of energy, the Queen of Swords sitting on your throne, waiting for that right person, waiting for that romantic gesture. It is coming because, like the Knight of Cups, he's coming, he's making an offer to the Queen. He's like, look, I got the cup, you got the cup. Let's get together with temperance. Let's fill up our cups with this beautiful water here, and let's go on an adventure. The Two of Cups. Let's get together. Let's get together. That's what I'm hearing. So that's on the romantic side of it. But if you're looking at this from a career point of view, then absolutely listen, it's like the money's in the bank, because I have the 3, 2, and Ace, so we have 6 pentacles in total. But it's saying, okay, like the money's in the bank. The plan, let's start putting this plan into action. Let's move forward with this. Now's the time. This sort of thing. But again, you are dealing with somebody who ultimately might make you feel like they're a slippery character. I don't know if that's the way to say it. Like, they might have come to you with business plans in the past, but nothing came to fruition. So you're like, well, why would I jump into this now with you, right? Like, you are showing up, male or female, as the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords is the guardian at the gate. You do not pass go, do not collect $200 until you speak with her and you have a solid plan first. That sort of energy. Especially when the person that you're dealing with is showing up as this clown right here, this Page of Cups, arrogant, egotistical, all of these things. And they may well have more than one person on their mind, but they're brave, they're bold, but there's something to be grateful for with this. It's kind of a little bit odd. If this is a friendship, okay, I think for some of you, because this did not come out in pile number 1, but certainly it's one aspect of it. If this is a friendship, all is going to work out. Everything's going to be fine. The Two of Cups is here. You guys are good. Whoa! Sorry, my light it's not really connected, but, you know, I need it on the cards. But yeah, anyway, so it's going to work out. If there's a conflict, it's really, like, it's not really a conflict. Like, the Two of Swords reminds me of the Hangman in my Spiral Tarot, but just basically, like, you know, we have the past here and we have the future over here. We're just kind of stuck in between this right now. This is a transitionary time, but things are ultimately moving forward. There's a lot of emotion here as well. So for some of you, this is a family member that you've been thinking of and who's on your mind. And this could be a younger sibling or an older sibling also. But there's going to be some sort of communication. There's going to be a coming together of this. Things work out. You can't avoid it. You can't hold on to whatever this is forever because you're just not really even that type of person. So, okay, pile number 2. We're going to look at your oracle cards now. Oracle cards. Okay, so we have, first off, Archangel Gabriel. Shimmer with diamond light. Express your creativity. The blue is talking about more communication. So I get a feeling of the person that's on your mind, there's a conflict. The conflict will be resolved by communicating. And ultimately, like, what I'm seeing in this is that nothing less than the truth will suffice. Okay, so I want authentic. Like, I don't want to hear your bullshit. I don't want to hear your excuses. I want to hear exactly what you did, how you did it, and who you did it with. Right? Because, and then you could look at forgiveness, for example, right? But ultimately, I think with the express your creativity, like, you're stuck in this Queen of Swords mode, and it's kind of saying, okay, be brave to sort of break that cycle, get out of it. We have the Star and the Magician. So whatever it is that's holding you into this sort of wait mode, it's saying, not necessarily wait mode, but just kind of Okay, here we go. The blue flame, right? The flame that's just hardly lit, but there's just the pilot's on type thing, right? That's kind of like it's as though you've let this person turn you into a shell of who you used to be, and ultimately that's where you kind of you let them win type thing, and because of it there could have been a lot of emotion involved with this person, and it's just it faded in and fizzled out really really quick type thing, but it's keeping you like you're stuck on it just a little bit type thing. But look, so when we were hurt, we felt that love was somehow diminished or damaged. But hurt has nothing to do with love. Love is unaffiliated and with and unaffected by pain. Ego was hurt, not love. Ego, the banana key. Okay, the ego got hurt. And this could have been your ego. I have the feeling, though, for some of you, as much as you're hurt, like you've been hurt by the situation because you're showing up as the Queen of Swords, the person that you're dealing with, they got hurt worse, is what I'm hearing, because their ego was bigger than yours, right? The Queen of Swords doesn't necessarily have an ego, but now, because you put love into it, you're a bit guarded. But yeah, that's about to change, pile number 2. Okay, so ego was hurt, not love. Love is divine. It is everywhere, ever present, and abundant, and free, right? So again, yeah, there's love coming in for you. This could be a reconciliation with your person, or this could be someone totally new. Of course, you guys, you know how it's going to resonate best for you, but ultimately, you've been in this kind of incubation period with the blue flame. You've been working on yourself. You've been gaining confidence too. I think by turning down maybe some of these caricatures. Caricatures. Let's just put it that way. If that's, you know what I'm talking about for someone specific. But anyways, so we have the snake spirit, time to heal. Yeah, so there's some healing kind of happening sort of with this as well, when we realize, hey, look, this is, and I think in trying to like find forgiveness for this person, there was no intention here. I don't know what that means. Like, the person didn't mean to hurt you. You didn't mean to hurt the other person, but both did. Both got hurt, right? But yeah, ultimately, and I think for a lot of you, this person is ready to come back. This person wants to come back. They're going to tell you they've changed, right? Butterfly spirit, transformation is beautiful. I've changed. I've learned so much since you've been gone. This sort of energy here. But again, and the 8 of Wands is here. They're going to message you. They're going to tell you that. They might even try to show off a little bit, because the one thing, the one thing about this guy is that his ego just lingers. And so that's not going to change. If you're dealing with a masculine energy, that is not going to change. But yeah, ultimately, like I said, I think the feelings of hurt were mutual in this connection. And you both wanted this, whether that's romantic or platonic. You both wanted it to work out. So this person's coming back. They've changed. They want to. But I have, I meet resistance with kindness. Okay. If, there's a big part of you that wants to resolve this with this person, that's going to take kindness. Okay, if they come back and approach you and you're still sitting in here like the Queen of Swords, like, nope, you can't get past me. You're not going to get what you want out of it. They're not going to get what they want out of it. And ultimately, you'll be forced to go on to something new anyway. So you decide, because to me, there's no worth in holding on to negativity about this. This person was young. They might have been younger than you, maybe not. But ultimately, this person had a very young mentality. The lessons that you taught them, they're so grateful for, because it's truly like when they come back to you and they say that they've changed, they really have changed. Now, to what level you want them back in, that's up for you to decide. Because if somebody did you like that, okay, because ultimately the Queen of Swords, the Page of Cups, it looks good, but then, oh yeah, by the way, this is also part of what I do on a regular basis, right? Then yeah, you're like, no, that's just, that might not change. That might not change. This person still has an ego, right? That you have to feed into. This person wants you to feed their ego because, like, as the Page of Cups, there's a lack of confidence in this person. Um, and so, the more that you feed it, the better off that they are, right? But, like, the thing is with this person, no one can quite satisfy you the way that they did. And that's not a total sexual comment because there's, like, some of you haven't even been intimate with this person. This was just like a connection. And, like, for some of you, that could have been just like an online, like, chat, right? That went on for a while, right? And to the point where you might have even said, like, you had some sort of online relationship or something like this. But ultimately, like, it just wasn't, there wasn't a seriousness about it. It wasn't a serious commitment. It was, but at the same time, there was such a strong connection between the two of you, right? And they felt it, and they regret. There's regret here. They wanted to do things different. You also might have surprised the fuck out of them, and they didn't know what to do. That could have been one thing also that sort of happened. Like the Two of Swords, I got frozen. I didn't know how to move forward. I had a plan. Because it's like I see the Ace of Pentacles here. Like, I had a plan to come towards you, and then all of a sudden you showed up here, and I didn't know what to do, right? So I just, moved forward from it. But look, I've been thinking about it. I've changed. I don't want to be like this. But and like this person's like, I need you. This person wants you to help them, like, in the very little time that you spent together. And now I say that some of you guys actually had like an ongoing connection with this person for years, right? But in that time, you gave them something that no one else could, right? And that's what they want from you now. And that's what they want to rebuild. And I will repeat, this is not just romantic pile number 2. This is actually probably in multiple connections in your life. Your boss might be like this. Your love connection might be like this. Your friends, your family, so on and so forth. But ultimately, you have been put through it by every single fucking person in your life. And now is the time, like, now that you've built up your boundaries, now you can let love in a healthy way. And that's what's going to be kind of coming in here. So, oh, this is super cute, you guys. Look at the little hamsters on this card. The king and the queen. See, just like that snuggling in. So you can't avoid this, right? The lovers, the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Two of Cups. This is coming for you. This is coming. But benefactor, grace and generosity. So there could be money coming in for you on some level. And it could be somehow related to your person. So if your person owes you money, you'll be getting that money back, is what I'm saying. And there is 3-2 Ace of Pentacles here also. So I have Seer of Souls, sensitivity, empathy, and understanding, and then feeling numb, severe stress, disassociation, and shock. This has not been easy for either one of you. Either one of you. It was very easy for you. Like, you may have walked away from this person, okay, as the Queen of Swords, because every single person in your life has put you through something that, like, you wouldn't have put another person in, right? Like, I have soulful here, but, like, you wouldn't have put another person through that because you just don't believe that anyone is deserving of that, right? But so because of that, the energy that this person had when you guys first connected, you were so quick and easy to shut that down, move forward, right? Seer of Souls, I see through you, you're transparent, get the fuck out of my life, go, I don't want you. And when that happened, this person, like, feeling numb, they didn't know how to act, like severe stress, disassociated. They were completely shocked, right? Because, like I said, they had a plan. Like, you can't avoid this. This is the bigger picture. But they had a plan. You beat them to it, basically. And, when they became frozen, in a sense, like, you didn't give them time to think. You were just gone. You were out the front door. You were gone. And honestly, if you have had conversations with this person since, then they haven't even really gone well, right? Because you aren't, you haven't let this go, is what I'm seeing here, right? You're holding on to the negativity, like, and it's not that you're holding on to the negativity about them, even though, like, whew, the way that you see this person, right? Queen of Swords to the Page of Cups, like, you have very little respect for this person. You have very little respect for all of these other people doing all of these fuck shit things, that you have nothing to do with. Nothing to do with whatsoever, right? But ultimately, yeah, so now that person's like, okay, I'm done feeling this way. This person is ready to have a conversation with it about, because they're so full. Forgive, you're a holistic being, pamper your aura. So this is just kind of saying to me that, like, there's a very deep soul connection between you and this person. It's unavoidable. It's coming back around. It's coming back around. Now, could be with a new person, but I think for the way that this is really kind of going as I get more and more into these cards, yeah, I think ultimately there is a very, very deep connection. I think this person wants to come back. This person is going to come back, period. Period, point blank, they're coming back because, like, when you first connected with it, they're the Page of Cups. They are now more than they used to be. They're ready. Like, they're even dressed like a clown in here, right? And they know it too. They hate the way they dressed at the time, but that's just for a specific message for you. Like, when you met them, okay, you might have shown up in nice clothing, right? And they showed up in a clown suit type thing. And for some of you, that might be literal. I don't know. Let me know in the comment box below if, the clown suit resonates with you. Share your funny stories, guys. Other people love to read the comments too. Anyways, so yeah, they're like, okay, look, they've been trying, like the Two of Pentacles too. They've been trying to balance this out. They've been really trying to think of ways. They're trying to manifest you back into their life. They want to communicate with you. The Eight of Wands is here. They're, like I said, they are going to communicate with you. It's just a matter of, now that they have sort of put their swords down, they're moving out of this feeling numb sensation. They're no longer feeling the blockages, and they're feeling very clear about what it is that they want. Okay, so this is kind of a good time to go into the romantic aspects of this connection, because certainly this is this is quite the relationship. And I think for most of you, this is a romantic connection. For a small part of you, I don't think you've even made it this far, but if you have, cool. But yeah, a small part of you, this is like a work/family situation also. But okay, so I have children. Your love life is being affected like children. Your person acted like a child. And that's how you see them. As the Page of Cups, they acted like a child. They're immature. They're not developed. This sort of thing here. But look, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So it's saying, okay, like, think positive about this, right? Like, if they come, like, because the blue flame, this is also saying that, like, you've kept a light on in your soul for this person, right? So let the transformation come in. Stay optimistic about it. And then lastly, we have release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So this is saying, like, if I'm just getting a really strong sensation, this person is coming back. This person wants a relationship. This person wants a serious commitment. But if you are going to be able to do that and consider that with a person, this release your ex is saying that person is no longer the person they once were. The butterfly spirit, they have changed. Now, with that, you have two. You have two. And honestly, all I can say, for some of you, it hasn't all been positive, right? I think some of you see yourself as the Queen of Swords, shut off, disconnected, all of those sorts of things, okay? But it's just kind of saying to me that, like, yeah, it's really, this person's changed. If you want another chance with them, you must give it to them, and you must forgive them, and you must meet them with kindness, not resistance, not with the Queen of Swords energy, which is, I'm going to cut you down before you cut me, period. Period. Because that is what this situation has created in you. You've allowed this to leave yourself as a shell of a person. This person feels the same way, shell of a person. Mirror energy, twin flame energy. It's kind of all over this reading. There's a soulful connection here. There's no doubt um, about that. So lastly here, you guys, we have the Two of Pentacles twice in your reading. Balancing things out, moving towards the Two of Cups, right? Having a conversation, equal give and take. Equal give and take. And look at the girl in this card. See how she's kind of like, okay, he's kissing her and she's like, right? It's kind of like, you got to drop that. You got to let this in. Stay optimistic about it. Hear this person out at the very least, and then decide where you're at with it after that. And this doesn't mean that they're going to talk to you and you guys are going to jump into an instant relationship. That's not going to happen. You're not there, my friend. You are on the Queen of Swords. You are not there. You are not in that mentality. And you're simply put, just not going to put up with it. But this person might try and try and try and try and try. And, you know, eventually it'll get to you. Like the Seven of Swords is here. And usually the Seven of Swords is a different kind of connotation. But actually recently the Seven of Swords came up and I found a new meaning for it. When you're focused on the past, you're going to get tripped up by the present, basically is what it is, right? But yeah, ultimately, like I said, there's multiple suitors coming in for you. And you know, you're willing to sort of hear this out. But this person is like, look, I am your person. I am showing up in your life and I'm going to be there for you. I'm never going to let this happen again. And truthfully, if this connection does get a chance to actually take off, this will be a forever type of connection. This person will never cheat on you again. This person is absolutely, like I said, loyal. They want to go dancing with you, but there's nothing sexier than my authentic truth. They are ready to speak it. It is coming in for you in the near future. Pile number 2, that concludes your reading. I hope the video has resonated with you. If so, like, share, comment, subscribe. Share your clown stories down below in the comments, and we will check you on the next video. Bye now. Okay, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. So if you guys skipped over the intro, that's cool. I usually do too if you're another reader, just FYI. So I'm doing the person on your mind reading. This is advice from the Mystical Kitties. So this is based off of this wonderful amethyst kitty stone that I found, nice and shiny. Yeah, fabulous little crystal. So in conjunction with the Cat's Tarot. So this is the Pagan Cat's Tarot. Is going to be the deck that I'm going to be using for yours. I've also done an oracle pull for you. So I'm going to be going through that as I go through my readings. And then lastly, because I'm really not trying to focus on this reading from a romantic point of view, I am trying to incorporate views from friendships, coworkers, that sorts of things. However, I have done a romance pull that we're going to be looking at kind of at the tack end of the reading, so we'll get there. Okay, so pile number 3, as I was shuffling out everyone's cards, very, very active cards tonight. I think it's because I haven't really done a video in a little while, but certainly, and then I come to your pile, which only had one card. So the bird oracle I purposely put in the face up position, but we have the great blue heron, and we're dealing with some emotional connections here. So for a lot of you guys, this is a love connection, or this is also a family connection. But either way, like the great blue heron, his feet are firmly planted in the water as the sun is rising. So there is changes happening with this person. Okay, that's on your mind. So this is either like a romantic thing that like you guys are in a relationship and now all of a sudden things are changing. For some of you guys, there could be like a new addition to the family. This could be a new pet. This could be a child for some of you guys, but it's coming in. And it's just basically kind of saying that it's time to put in some effort and energy towards this person. So the person that is actually on your mind, you could be actually feeling neglected by you currently. And that doesn't mean that like you haven't shown this person love or that you're not giving them energy. But I really feel as though your energy is divided at the moment. Like it's kind of spread thin. Like you find yourself having to give a little bit from pile A, a little bit from pile B, so on and so forth. And as a result, the person that's on your mind is feeling insecure. Okay, that's basically just kind of the way that I can put it. They're feeling as though you're not as strongly connected as you once were. If we're talking about a friend, if this is somebody who you might have kind of pulled back from a little bit, but it's not necessarily like a personal thing type thing against them, but ultimately you could be finding as though it's time to put in some effort and some energies into that person, reconnecting, spending a little bit more time together. I have a feeling that there's a lot of things that have happened with that person. Like there's not no communication, I don't think. Some of you there might be, but a lot of things have happened since the last time you really talked to this person. So I think it's a good time to sort of reach out and see like what's going on. Yeah, so we have the Ace of Swords. So like it's a good time to communicate, see what's going on, see what's out there. There's some surprises coming here for you guys in the Ace of Swords. Something you weren't expecting from this person, and it's coming quick. That's all I can say about it. So probably for some of you, you're hearing news about this in the next week, right? And it's like, for example, because I'm looking at the crown and I'm thinking of a ring on a finger. If this is a friend, you're gonna find out they're engaged, right? And you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I didn't see that coming. The Five of Swords, a little bit like disassociated with it, type thing. But yeah, again, you're wanting to communicate with them. So I really feel as though this person that's on your mind, there's going to be some communication coming in regarding this, and some surprises very much associated with that also. Okay, and then we have the Fool card as well. New beginnings coming through after a period of, well, yeah, I think for some of you guys, no communication at all. No communication, right? So that's why, again, those, oh, that happened. Oh, okay. And you're realizing because of it how much time had actually passed. And so there's almost like a energy of, oh, I wish that we had have, touch base a little bit sooner. I have the King of Cups here as well. Also firmly planted kind of in the, well, I can't say firmly planted. He's on a box, safely floating in the water. But yeah, you could be feeling as though it's time for this person to take action towards you. Also, like you could have feel as though you have put in so much work for it. It is now this person's time to put in that energy. Yeah, we have the Ace of Wands. So very much, you guys, new beginnings all across the board here for you. The King of Cups is with this, so this could be new emotional beginnings. Yeah, new emotional beginnings coming through. We do have very deep emotion. The Moon card has come out also. Well, with the Seven of Cups and the Knight of Wands. Yeah, okay, interesting. Yeah, so the person that you're dealing with in the past, they didn't give you the time of day. And now the tables have turned, is what I'm hearing. It's like now all of a sudden they have something really, really good going for themselves. I don't know why I'm inclined to put the card up here like this, but I am. So it's like they have something really, really good going for themselves, and now they want to communicate with you. Now they want to share that with you. These sorts of things. They want a new beginning. They want a fresh new beginning. They've actually been thinking about this for quite some time. So the Knight of Wands could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius people that you're dealing with. But they have been more or less thinking about ways to come towards you, whether it be with mice, yarn, treats. Sorry, we are getting you guys advice from the Mystical Kitties. So, but yes, the person on your mind wants to come towards you. They want to make an emotional offer. For some of you, this is talking about confessing emotions also. So for most of you in pile number 3, this is not a work situation. This is either a very, very close friend or a lover. Now, I almost want to say, like, with the emotions, some of you, it could be family, but, like, I really feel like so for some of you, this has been a falling out with a friend, and there's new beginnings happening here. There's an emotional sort of communication coming in about this, and they want to talk about how to make it better, how to fix it in some cases. Okay, so for some of you, this is old relationship, new beginning. So somebody from your past is going to be returning, wanting to put in time, wanting to put in effort, these sorts of things. This person is very, very lonely without you. Sorry, I'm looking down at the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands. Interesting. So yeah, this could be a friendship for a lot of you guys. But basically, yeah, and I put the Queen of Cups over top of the King of Cups by no surprise. A lot of you, this is a relationship that just didn't work out. A relationship that had a lot of potential, and a relationship that you haven't let go of yet. Now, your person is on a box floating out to sea. I'm sorry I'm sorry if that is what is happening right now, that your person's lost at sea. But ultimately, I'm seeing this as your person, they want to reach out to you, they want to fix it. Some of them don't know how, and that's a bit of an issue. Now, some of them also have another person around them, and that person is very attractive. If this is a friendship, it's not about attraction, it's just about having a good time, laughing, caring, whatever type thing in it. But yeah, certainly it's just sort of talking to me about how there's going to be a coming together. There's going to be a conversation about it. There's going to be a conversation, and it's going to work out ultimately. Now, for some of you, like, I'm looking at the moon card, and it's cat and dog, so it's night and day. Some of you, there's too many differences to resolve this, right? The Queen of Cups, the Queen of Wands, it's fire and water energy. It's, right? So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, yeah, especially with the sun here. But like, this is working out. This is working out for you. I'm gonna get 2 more cards, please, for pile number 3. But yeah, this is working out in a very, very positive way. Now, with the 2 queens, some of you, this is talking about same-sex relationship. But okay, so over here I have the Death card, the Knight of Swords, and the Hermit card. There's a lot of history here, you guys. A lot of history. But like I said, it's ultimately, it's working out for the best. Yeah, the Magician here. So new beginnings right after the Fool. And then down at the bottom of the deck, we have the 5 of, oh no, hold on. Hierophant, excuse me, the Hierophant. I'm just getting used to this deck, but yeah. So the Hierophant card down at the bottom of the deck. Listen, the 2 of you guys go way back, way back. So I see this, there's a rekindling of this. If this is a friendship, this blood runs deep, okay? And because of that, that bond, like some bonds can never ever be broken. You might spend a period of time doing different things, going after different things, whatever that means, but ultimately the 2 of you guys will always come back together. I think with the Death card too, it's just kind of indicating to me there's a bit of a past life connection. Now, for some of you, I think with the Death card, there's been a period of grieving or loss associated with this disconnection, and there's going to be a conversation kind of coming up about that also, where it's like, okay, let's, we miss each other, because like the Death card, I'm just seeing grieve, right? Knight of Swords, the Hermit, I feel alone, I miss you, I want you in my life, I want that happiness back. I want that flow, the energy. Um, Sunflowers also coming out in the sun, so that could be of significance. And when I was shuffling the cards, I don't know, sunflowers stuck out to me then too. Yeah, in the King of Wands. Excuse me, sunflowers stuck out in that card. So I think sunflowers could be of significance to you. Um, could also be Leo of significance. Scorpio also coming through, and Pisces. And you have Cancer on the board also, just with the waters. So air signs, Libra, Aquarius, Geminis, and then lastly we have Virgo also. So lots of different energies, lots of different influences. Some of you, I think why that's happening, I think whatever happened in this with this person in this connection, there was a lot of other people involved in it, and those people complicated the matter. So either so some of you, this is a friendship and a romantic interest like got in the way. For others of you, this is a romantic interest and a friendship got in the way. Others of you, a maternal instinct got in the way. So divine feminine, map your feelings, energy of your mom. Your mother could have gotten in the way. Mother's Day is coming. So this could also be talking about having an emotional connection with your mother. Some of you, you know, your mother's not here. There's a lot of missing energy kind of going through here. But yeah, so there's other people that complicated the matter. There could have been rumors spread about another person that could have been part of what happened. And that person might, like if this is a friendship, that person might have blamed you for that when you had nothing at all to do with it, right? So it's just, yeah, there's different ways of how this sort of happened. But either way, there's been a cut. The Ace of Swords, there was a separation, a division, going separate ways. But now I have fresh fruits and vegetables always. Invigorate using aromatherapy, yes. And time for something new. Yes, 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 yes. We have the Fool, excuse me, the Magician, fresh energy coming through, the King and Queen of Cups. So this is a reconnection in a relationship, whether it be friendship, whether it be love, whether it be more. But I have the card Flexible. And now, okay, this makes me laugh, you guys, because I had to pause the video. I had a little cough in my throat. But go with the flow, in sync. Drink water. So drink water, eat fresh vegetables. So if that's not the energy of your mother, I don't know what is. But no, ultimately, this is about the person on your mind. Maybe it is your mom. I don't know. Everybody's different. But yeah, this is talking about being flexible, accepting the things that you can't change, right? You can't take back the past and how things happen. You just can't. And I think you're coming to recognize that and saying, go with the flow, right? Put in the work now, because the Great Heron is about putting in the work, putting in the effort, the time. Put in the work to get the results that you want. And that's what the Sun is saying, the results. Pile number 1 had the Sun kind of in that placement too. So check it out if you are feeling so inclined to sort of check out different videos. So, okay, we have Seraphiza. So relax and open up to source. Keep your heart open. Yeah, see, this person, like, if there's a disconnect here, this is probably pretty temporary. This is not going to last forever because there's a strong connection, there's a strong emotion that keeps you guys sort of in this together. But keep your heart open to this person. Keep your heart open for this person. Now, if this is a friendship where you've been kind of like disconnected with this person for a period of time, you might be hearing that in that time of disconnect, they've become a mom or they've become pregnant or something like that could also be part of it. But we have life lessons, soul growth, study, and higher learning. Like, you needed a little breakout from this person, right? Like, you needed to sort of, I really have to laugh the way the cards work sometimes. But anyways, but yeah, you needed a minute to sort of, like, you could have been dealing with somebody who was very smart, and like they were teaching you things, and that's cool. Like, you're willing to learn, and a lot of you guys have really very much been implementing this into your day-to-day life type thing, right? But yeah, it's just kind of like you needed a minute to sort of learn your own lessons through this. And if that's, if this is your parents, you needed a break from them, right? It's okay, that happens. But ultimately, this is also just sort of saying that, like, if this is a very, very close friend, that, like, you needed to disconnect, you needed to go out and, explore some different options. And then lastly, if this is a romantic connection, which a lot of you it is, we have the King and Queen of Cups. Um, then basically it's just kind of saying, like, this has been probably someone who you've been in a relationship with for a very, very long time, and you needed a minute to sort of, like, especially if you're a feminine and you have a masculine who, like, wants to provide for you, because this is what the King of Cups does, right? He provides, he loves, he shelters, all of these sorts of things. But you're going, oh no, I want to go, like, see what this butterfly is. Like, do you mind if I go chase that for a minute? Type thing. But yeah, so there could be a coming back of energy with that person also. So let us not forget that our simple efforts and daily triumphs can gather weight and motion to become an unstoppable force towards a focused and free life. Yeah, so this is all about kind of putting in that work and reaping those rewards with it. And I think ultimately what that is letting go of the past, starting fresh, starting new, reconnecting. This person who's on your mind is really, really important to you. They matter. They matter. Their opinion matters. Their time matters. The fact that they give you time matters to you. Like, it touches your heart a little bit, because I think this person doesn't necessarily have a lot of time to give, but they want to, they want to, and you want to, type thing. Like, you guys, there's a spark here between you and this person. And that's true on friendship, that's true on love. But there is a spark here, and it's just like, and no one else quite does it for you the same way this one does. Right? So take a leap of faith here, grasshopper spirit, right up here with the Fool. Right up here with the Fool. And this is number 30, so that could be of significance to you. That could be age, dates, angel numbers. Take it as it resonates. And number 7, but I'll get to that in a minute. But basically, yeah, take that leap of faith. If you're waiting on this person to do something, yeah, that's not going to happen. You're going to have to be the one to make this effort. If you want this fresh beginning, this is going to have to be you. But ultimately, the Sun card is here. You have nothing to fear, right? Like, and even in the Earth school, it's like, dive right in, guys, dive right in. But yeah, there's medicine in my shadow. Like, there's been a learning experience here. You want to, some of you may want to come clean in some way about your doings. Not to say that there's misdoings or wrongdoings, because that's just a little bit silly. But yeah, no, there's just like, you want to complain about what you've done wrong to this person. Because ultimately, if there's a connection in which the two of you guys are disconnected, there's a wrongdoing on some sort, and it's been probably from both of you, if you want to know the honest truth, that it's just like, okay, well, I did you wrong, you did me wrong. You want to talk about it. This person is actually very open and willing to talk to you about it also. It's just a matter of, they're not going to come to you, you got to go to them, right? And as soon as you do, then it's just going to be like, okay, well, you've been silly, you've been overthinking things here, the 7 of Cups, and let's just focus on the sunshine. Let's go to the beach. Fuck it. Why are we sitting here talking about this? Let's go talk about it at the beach, right? That sort of thing. But listen, I have sacred contract here, covenant. So basically, as much as I'm saying, like with this Earth school, you guys had to take a minute apart, right? There's something that had to happen in the time that you guys weren't spending together that is something that you guys needed, right? And for some of you, there was an ignition of maternal instincts, something to that effect here. Okay, but look, I have round and round, scatteredness, aimlessness, and repetition. So this could be something that's happened before. This will happen again. It's just, like I said, I think the two of you guys, there's a lot of love, there's a lot of strength, and there's a lot of unity here. Like I don't actually, if there's a separation, I don't quite understand it because it doesn't quite like make sense. But there is just like, because I think there's nothing here between the two of you guys that makes you not like each other, right? And this is romantic, this is platonic. There's nothing here that, like, there was no argument, right? It's just like I said, okay, round and round. Maybe things got redundant, right? Things were kind of the same, but like ultimately I have intensity. There's intense passion and feelings, sexual passion and fervor. It's sexual if it's only if it's a romantic one, but like this could be about your best friend too, right? Like there's just such a connection. There's so much love, so much intensity that's going to come through that connection that it's like, yeah, okay, you know, and ultimately it's like if you want to keep it going, you just got to get your knees deep. Okay, sorry, I've never said that before in my life, but like, yeah, I was gonna say to get your elbows dirty, but yeah, okay, get your knees deep, and put in the work, right? Call this person, talk to this person, you know, that's what's gonna resolve this. Like sitting here listening to a tarot video is not gonna do shit for you. You're going to have to make the effort to talk about this with this person. And honestly, like if you've been fearing this, that's the silliest thing in the world. Like, just break down, talk to them, take the leap of faith, make the first move, go for it. The fresh beginning is there, right? There's medicines in the shadow. They're appreciative of the time apart. You're appreciative of the time apart. And there's just no reason for, there's no reason for doubt. There's no doubt here whatsoever. Okay, so I'm going to move on here and do the romantic aspect of this. So this is a person who specifically related to romantic connections. Okay, so attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. See, I needed some space. I needed a minute. Okay, that's all I needed. That's all I needed. Just to get back and kind of realign. I just needed a realignment of things, right? And so you're like, oh, okay, well, wow. Well, since you've been gone, this happened in my life. And I'm like, hey, since you've been gone, this happened in my life. Okay, that's good. We're good now. Let's go to the beach, right? Sorry. So the beach could be significant from you in some way. But I have deception. Someone was wearing a false mask, false self-mask in this relationship. And ultimately, I think it wasn't, you may have felt deceived like from the person, but it was just a matter of I needed space. It wasn't like, I'm sorry I couldn't tell you that. I'm sorry I let it to get to that. It's just a matter of maybe how they did it, right? Because it's like attack, pain, fear, judgment. There could have been an argument, right? Ultimately, that could be what happened. Like, but I think for most of you, this isn't romantic anyway. This is more friends. But let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others, right? If you want them, go ahead and ask them for that. Go ahead and ask them for their time back. They will give it to you. They will give it to you because there is nothing in these cards, that are saying there's no grudges being held against each other here. This is like, there's nothing, like, if it was an argument, it was very surface level, right? It was like, you know, and again, this could have been your person's way of, you know, they started an argument over paint colors, for example, because they needed a minute to go think about anything but fucking paint colors, right? Especially if this is a male-female relationship, right? But like, ultimately too, if this is a friendship, like your person may have created this sort of allure of separation because they had some things they had to do, get the work done. They could have been just very, very busy, very bogged down with work, right? And it was like, okay, I have to make a sacrifice somewhere if I'm going to get through this. And they may not have communicated that to you because they could have been the type of person who's like, nope, take it on, take it on, take it on. I'm not worried about it. I can handle this. I've got this. I don't need you. I don't need this. I don't, but like, ultimately they want your help. They want you in their life. But, you know, again, it just could have been too much at the time. And that is not a bad thing, right? Especially when it's like the same thing over and over and over, right? You call, you have the same conversation day after day. It's like, okay, it's time to just take a minute, move forward from it, spend a minute alone, reflecting with the hermit, right? Going within, finding the things that are important for us, and implementing those things here. And truly, if this is a romantic relationship for you, ultimately, you guys may have been together for a really, really long time, and you had to give yourself some mental clarity to put somebody else in your mind just for a minute. Just for a minute. And it doesn't mean that you've cheated, because ultimately, I think the intensity and the sexual passion belongs with your partner and your person. But because you've been together for so long, it was like, look, and this might have even been a mutual agreement between the two of you. Let's take a minute apart. Let's see what else is out there, and let's talk about it. Like, and honestly, there's communication in these cards. So if that's what it is, your person's like, you're good. They'll talk to you about it, right? And you'll talk to them about it also. So, okay, we have the Knight of Swords here, which is, again, communication kind of coming through. And on the swords, there's a bout of feathers, and he's going to, like, chop through them. So, again, cutting off the mask. And honestly, I am so over this pandemic. I'm kind of hoping that we have a big mask burning brigade soon. But anyways, cutting through the masks, cutting through what felt like deception, getting honest, open, and truthful about it. We have the Three of Cups. Some of you guys, this was a partner who looked elsewhere, right? And may not have acted on that. They might have been texting other women, but I don't necessarily see a full action on it because they love you, my friends. The Four of Wands here, okay? They love you. There's a connection. There's a rekindling of this. It's coming back together. But lastly, we have the Devil card. So for some of you, there was a temptation in this connection. And that's all it was simply a temptation, right? Now, temptation is a little bit different than actions. So, you have to discover, like, you have to decide for yourself using your own personal discernment what was and what wasn't cheating here. But ultimately, I think that there was no cheating. I see a temptation. I see a possibility of it. But I also see what's more likely is that you needed that break as much as that person needed that break. This was meant to happen. This was all part of the soul contract that you have with one another. And this is ultimately like this has been a huge learning lesson for you, huge learning lesson for your person. But like, none of this has destroyed the feelings that either one of you have for each other. That's the funny part. So this is coming back together. The separation, don't even worry about it. It's coming. It's going to work out. And if it doesn't work out with this person, it's just there's going to be something better. That's all I can say about it. Okay, pile number 3. That concludes your reading. So thank you for stopping by and watching one of my videos. I hope you enjoyed it. And certainly if you did, like, share, comment, subscribe. Comment in the description box below about how the video resonated with you, and share your experiences with other users also as they find it helpful. So thank you all for tuning in, and I wish you the best of night, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye now.